In a quiet neighborhood in Ludhiana, Punjab, a brutal crime unfolded that shocked the nation. A woman was subjected to a horrifying gang rape as an act of vengeance, an unimaginable crime rooted in twisted notions of family honor and revenge. Today we delve into the details of this harrowing case. Our story begins with two families who were once neighbors, their lives entangled in a web of social obligations and familial ties. However, the fragile peace between these families was shattered when the brother of the victim eloped with a woman from the other family. This act, seen as a grave dishonor by the woman's relatives, set the stage for the ensuing tragedy. The elopement was a scandal in this conservative community, igniting anger and resentment among the girl's relatives. They felt humiliated, their honor tarnished by the young couple's defiance. As days passed, the resentment festered, turning into a dark desire for revenge. The girl's relatives, 4 men, decided that the only way to restore their family's honor was to strike back, not at the couple who had eloped, but at the man's sister. They believed that this act of vengeance would balance the scales, erasing the shame they believed had been brought upon them. In the days before the crime, the victim was unaware of the storm brewing around her. She continued with her daily life, not realizing that she was being watched by the men who had marked her for revenge. The tension in the neighborhood was palpable, but the young woman had no inkling of the violence that was about to be unleashed upon her. The men meticulously planned their attack, choosing a time when the victim would be most vulnerable. They were determined to make her pay for her brother's actions, and they waited for the perfect moment to strike. The day of the crime dawned like any other. The victim, oblivious to the danger, went about her routine, but the men were ready. As the day turned to evening, they made their move. The men stormed into her home with brute force, dragging her out as she screamed for help. The neighborhood, unaware of the horror unfolding behind closed doors, remained silent as the men took her to a remote location. They took her to a secluded spot, far from any help. Here, under the cover of darkness, they exacted their revenge. The brutality of the attack was beyond comprehension. She was gang-raped by the 4 men, who showed no mercy. After they had satisfied their twisted sense of justice, they left her alone in the darkness, wounded and traumatized. The victim somehow found the strength to seek help, and the police were soon involved. The police launched an investigation into the heinous crime, piecing together the details from the victim's account and the evidence they gathered. The brutality of the attack left no doubt about the intent behind it. The police quickly identified and apprehended the 4 men, all related to the girl who had eloped. Their motive was clear. They believed they were restoring their family's honor through this despicable act. Forensic evidence and witness statements corroborated the victim's harrowing account of the crime. The community, too, was left in shock, struggling to comprehend the violence that had occurred in their midst. The case quickly moved to court, with the public and media closely following every development. The prosecution presented a strong case, detailing the premeditated nature of the crime and the motivations behind it. In court, the men showed little remorse for their actions. The victim's family, devastated by the crime, sought justice for the unimaginable suffering their daughter endured. The courtroom became a battleground for truth and justice. In the end, the court delivered its verdict, handing down harsh sentences to the accused. The case served as a grim reminder of the dark side of human nature, where misguided notions of honor can lead to unspeakable acts of violence. The aftermath of the crime left the victim and her family shattered. The trauma of the assault was a wound that would take years to heal, if ever. The community, too, was left reeling from the brutality of the act, struggling to come to terms with the violence that had taken place in their midst. The case sparked outrage across the nation, with many calling for stricter laws and better protection for women. The incident was a painful reminder of the dangers that still exist for women in society and the urgent need for systemic change. As the dust settles on this tragic case, we are left to reflect on the horrors that unfolded in Ludhiana. It's a story that reveals the darkest sides of human nature, where anger and a desire for revenge can lead to unspeakable acts of violence. It also serves as a call to action, reminding us of the importance of standing against such crimes and working towards a society where justice and humanity prevail over hatred and retribution. Thank you for watching. Please remember to stay informed, stay safe, and support those who have been affected by such tragedies. If you found this video informative, please consider subscribing to our channel for more in-depth true crime stories. Remember to like, share, and hit the notification bell to get more such content.